Greetings everyone, here's Lodrik and this is the Game War in the Pacific Advanced Edition. This is my play-by-email match against Xargun. He's Allied Commander and for me it is the Empire of Japan. This is Scenario 1 on game version 26B and this is standard stock, no modifications. We arrive already the 25th June 42 and the last week of the month. Hopefully my Tahiti Hunter group can now engage the enemy and looks like they were successful. This is now a night engagement with still nearly 90% moonlight and looks like there's really 3 ships but not 3 destroyers. This looks like more like 2 destroyers escorting a tanker or some cargo ship. And my battle cruiser immediately score a hit on one of the escort ships. That is fine. And now we are close range, 3000 yards. So close range is always the problem. The lucky torpedo can always turn the tide immediately. But this is also an AKV, so it's a special aircraft cargo ship. Yeah, you can more or less load air wings on this cargo ship. And it needs only 1 day to get all the aircraft ready to fly again. So they are nearly ready to operate. A carrier air wing can fly immediately. Out of an AKV you need only 1 day to be ready to fly. So that is a much better improvement than the standard cargo ship aircraft transportation. That needs roughly I think 3 to 1 weeks. So I score here more hits, that looks good. The kitty is burning, and if I understand this right, these are also smaller second class American destroyers with 4-inch guns. So they don't really can score or create a lot of damage on my side. Kilty or it's Kitty? No, it's Kilty. Okay, Kilty is already dead. Crane is still holding and avoiding all the damage. And the AKV is also for some reason not under fire. A little change, or strange target choice. But the night is long. Oh, okay, now they escape. So all fire was concentrated on the Kilty. Ship is going down after torpedo hit. Everything is fine, but the main prize, the AKV, is still on the map. And because it's the AKV, I would suggest or guess that there are aircraft on board. So could be a nice prize to sink. So second battle in the night. Of course, I'm much faster than all of the destroyer. Maybe the same speed like my task was, but the AKV will never have the speed to escape. Good, the crane get a hit. That means it slows down already, and the first hit is often the beginning of the end. The ship is slower and slower and slower, have less maneuver values, and cannot really escape all the shelling. And now I also concentrate my fire on the AKV. The crane already is destroyed immediately and the AKV is going down without a fight. Looks like. Oh good, this can shoot back. There is a gun on board. You can also see that I have always the scout cruisers simply to provide air cover or provide a better air switch. Ah, there was a hit on my destroyer, finally. And a hit on my scout cruiser, but no penetration. Yeah, okay, let's wait, this will be soon over. It's done. They're all dead. And there was some dive bombers. But the SBD1, I think these are the shitty dive bombers with shorter range or only 500-pound bombs. So my Xargun get a hit but no penetration. This destroyer got a hit, so maybe something is damaged, but I sunk three ships plus aircraft, I would say. That was a successful raid. Finally, some action. And good action. But no, the day is now turning terrible bad. I lose one of my best ships, a patrol boat. Oh no. Trusty. This is not a Mark 14. 2 torpedo hits. Or this was a British submarine. Yeah, I think it's a British one. I can see this brown. Good, this makes sense. The British have broken torpedoes. Naja, so means this was no payback. I lost one ship and Xargun 3. Maybe still my favorite. But I missed something. Where's action at Calcutta? My task force is in Calcutta, but I see no enemy ships. So Xargun realized that I have a task force nearby and then disbanded his ships, and they are now all in port, I guess. So now we have airstrikes, ground support, slowing down the retreating Chinese armies, attacking army, supporting my tanks. My tanks are on rest. After one attack, I always check the fatigue level, and if the fatigue level is not perfectly well rested, then I wait, because there's no rush for me. I can make one attack every 3 days or 4 days, that's still enough. Also, no flying tigers or anything else in China, so I can bomb without any interception and threat. At the same time, I take here these submarines. They're shooting back with flak. These are all more or less blue reports, so they're only detecting the blue ships. Bombardments. Nothing new here. And no supports. Okay. And I get my level 8 aircraft airfield in Rockhampton, so my AV will double next turn. This is also done. This will help me, I would say, in the long run to defend these areas around north of Brisbane if there's the big allied counterattack coming. But again, the question is, if the allies really need to attack back in Australia. I would say, yeah, Australia they want maybe take back, but if they want to take all the islands back is the other question. At the end, you only must destroy the industry of Japan to win the war, nothing else. You don't must reconquer everything. So there was this navy clash, and the result was this have impact on the air losses. There are 19 air losses for the Allies. These are the true numbers, 2-1. So I lost my medium bomber. The Allies lost 1 and 1. I would guess this is true. So this is 2. So there are 17 Dauntless SBD1 going down. This is one of those rare days where This number is higher than the reported number. But they are all ground destroyed, so I don't get any kills for my pilot, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, this can happen. But it's the rarity. Normally, you report much more destroyed, but what is the reality? But reality is here, so good. You can also see that here destroyed on the field is official 17. So yeah. Ship sunk. For me, it was a standard patrol boat. Yeah, good. And the Allies lost 2 of this biggest destroyer long range class. So you can see they have only 4-inch guns. So 102, 3, 4, 5 millimeter barrel, and they're only single mounted. So this is, yeah, they are more. I don't know exactly what they are. I think in this configuration they are nothing. They don't have surface engagement power. They don't have really anti-aircraft engagement. Their torpedo, okay, to a triple load. Yeah, and a little anti-submarine equipment. So they're, and you can see that the tonnage is only 1,200 tons, so they are really second or third class destroyers. But because I think they call this long range class, so they are maybe really escort ships, cheaper escort ships. But escort ships don't must be powerful, they don't must be fast. They only need the range and the capability to attack something. So for anti-submarine warfare, I think they are fine, but they are not surface ships. And this is a much more important ship. This is a special AKV. And yeah, get rid of this one is fine. You can see this guy have a 5-inch gun, but only one. So fine. That was a successful day for me. I catch up with this Chinese block force. Though I maybe can kill it, maybe not. There's this Chinese unit behind me in the crossroad now, so oh, okay. Then I maybe will move my tanks now south to deal with this. They are much faster. The division I need here to block the highway. I catch up with this retreating units, maybe I can kick them a little more. At the same time I walk on Chengdu, everything is fine. Everything is under control. The only blunder was that Xargun really react. And there's nothing I can think this turn in Karachi. That is unlucky. At the same time, I was not so sure because I was a little hesitant to really do this. How many mines are here? Because it's Karachi is the main port. I guess there are normally 450 mines or even more. But maybe there are not mines or not enough mines because I didn't take any mines. So then I have now the opportunity. I cannot stay longer because there would be an airstrike coming. But what I can do now is I make a bombardment of the base. And simply I can maybe hope to damage the ships he disbanded here last turn. If they are not. If they are still here, let's say this. And then I can maybe hurt here some maybe aircraft on the ground or some ships in port. Without hitting a mine. That is of course the critical part. But now I'm already in the hex, makes no sense. Now I can do it. And the rest is shipping logistics. Tons of logistics. And my box, I really don't detect here anything more. I don't know where they are. And I sail here west and also detect nothing. Once I reach the box, I will go back to Perth and then wait for some change of situation. I could of course go non-stop on this patrol, but I don't know if I have enough fuel for this. The submarine that were camped in is not changing, so maybe all my attacks was not really a hit. Nothing else here. And Tahiti, there was this engagement. Here's my task force. So there was a hit on my destroyer. You can see here there was a 3-inch hit from this AKV. Some system damage, but not really much. 3 inches really not enough. 3 inches, 75 millimeter. That is anti-tank weapon, yeah, but or anti-aircraft weapon, but it's not a surface engagement weapon. My scout cruiser got also a 3-inch hit, but he's even less damage. I think. Haruna, I think this is only standard system damage by running and sailing and cruising, so everything is fine. Well, good. So another day, I would say, was in favor for Japan, and well, let's see how this will continue. Then see you next time. Take care. Bye bye.